The United States, Russia, and Ukraine rarely agree on anything. But as their delegations met in Abu Dhabi for their first trilateral meeting since the war in Ukraine began, the three parties seem to have come to the same conclusion. Only one issue remains to be resolved. That issue is territory, namely the eastern Ukrainian region known as the Donbas. Ukrainian President Zelenskyy has reiterated time and again that Kyiv won't give up any of its territory to Russia, including Donbas. President Putin and his aides have repeatedly threatened to take the territory by force if Kyiv doesn't give it up. I have my guest joining me on the broadcast, Mr. Karori Singh, Foreign Affairs expert. Mr. Singh, I want to begin with your opening comments. How do you feel about the entire scenario?
You see, the Ukraine crisis is continuing nearly 4 years. And even practically, the beginning of the crisis was in 2014. And it was escalated about 4 years back. And now when Trump came to power, and even during his electoral campaign, he announced that he will resolve this issue within 24 hours. But still, he is not able to resolve the crisis. He tried to convince his European allies. He also had very good relations with the Putin. Alaska peace summit between Putin and Trump has taken place. I think now it is at advanced stage. And advanced stage in the sense all the three parties, United States as a mediator, and then Ukraine and Russian delegations are meeting. So now I think there will be some agreement because a lot of homework has been done. Initially, Trump announced a 28-point peace agreement on Ukraine, and then it was brought down to 20 points with the consultation of European and NATO allies. So I think now it is advancing towards the right direction. And even Zelensky is reconciling with the Trump's demands. As when the Zelensky spoke at the Davos conference and summit, he is more inclined towards Trump than his European allies, like European countries. And the Zelensky's opinion is the European or NATO members in Europe, they are not helping Ukraine so much. So he is nearer to Trump's perspective and Trump's demands. So probably now it may advance towards the resolution of the Ukraine crisis. But the point of differences will still remain about the territorial issue because Putin has claimed over the 20% of Ukraine's territory, which Zelensky doesn't want to offer or secede from the Ukraine. In case Zelensky secedes from the Ukraine, then it will be the constitutional issue, and the Ukrainian people will not like it because no president can secede a territory of his own country without his parliament's consent or without constitutional changes. So that issue will still stand as a controversial point. And the second thing is the security guarantee. And now in global politics, the security guarantee has become a catchword. Every country, whether the party of the conflict or not, every country is talking about security guarantee. Russia wants security guarantee. Ukraine wants security guarantee. Similarly, Israel wants security guarantee. Palestinian wants security guarantee. So in every conflict, this has become a new catchword in international politics. How can we give security guarantee? And the security guarantee under the United Nations is the most viable thing. But nobody wants a security guarantee under the UN system. So every country wants security guarantee outside the UN system, and that will be counterproductive. And that is what Zelensky is demanding, security guarantee by the NATO. And NATO is not the United Nations part. It is the alliance of a voluntary kind of alliance of the Western countries. So the security guarantee again will be the controversial point in case of Ukraine. But I think the differences are narrowing down with the mediation of President Trump over months.
A very important question, which is that according to you now, are we closer to peace after this meeting, or are we closer to a more dangerous phase of the war?
You see, we should not be so pessimistic about the peace because Trump quite often says that he is heading towards a richer, safer, and prosperous world. So the richer, safer, and peaceful world, he is intending to achieve that one, and that is why he has Alaska meeting. That tag of the Alaska meeting was the pursuing peace, and then the delivering peace in Kuala Lumpur about the Thailand and Cambodia, and then this time the board of peace. So practically Trump is expecting peace, but in the search of peace sometimes we create unrest. So, but we shall have to be optimistic. Without peace, everybody will be in the danger. So the peace is the precious thing. Peace we want in any case, and that is why most of the countries are not against the board of peace, though it has so many ambiguities, the board of peace charter, when we go through it. So the problems are there, but we shall have to believe in peace, and we shall have to advance towards peace. And peace can only be through the mutual respect, mutual interdependence, and respect each and every nation's sovereignty. So unless or until we recognize each and every nation's sovereignty and we treat them equally, there cannot be peace. But still we shall have to aspire for the peace. We should move towards the peace. Peace is a final destination, but it's very difficult to reach at the peace and stability. But we are probably in the Ukraine case, I think the things are advancing towards the peace. How durable it will be, how conducive it will be, that is the question. So there may be peace for time being. Again, situation may crop up as the crisis started from 2014, and it was uneasy peace. So sometimes we have peace, uneasy peace, and over a period of time, it again turns out as a conflict. So, but at the time being, I think the things are advancing towards the right direction. Over.
Right, Mr. Singh, please stay on with me.